Hi everybody and welcome to Fitness with Khara. Today's workout is going to be focused on strength for the upper body as well as lower body and adding in some core work. So join me, let's get started with a warm up. Just march nice and easy on the spot and we're going to get moving. Big deep breaths, inhale and exhale out. We're going to warm up your muscles. You're going to start to feel good. And then I want you to take your leg and tap out and out and out and out. Pushing that leg out. We're going to get that heart rate to come up a little bit. Our bodies are going to start to feel a little bit more warm. Now this is a beginner to intermediate workout. If you're more high intensity, you can take up the intensity level on all of these moves, okay? Let's have some fun. And then you're going to tap forward with your heel. Tapping the heel forward, getting all parts of those legs warmed up. Good. Tapping and tapping. We're going to warm up here for just a few minutes, and then we're going to get into the workout. Thanks for joining me today. And then I want you to lift the knee up, knee up, knee up. And we're moving our arms so our upper body gets warm too. Just lifting those arms, not too high. Make sure you're keeping them down just at chest level. Breathe. All right, we're feeling good. Heart rate's coming up. Getting a little bit more warm now. Our muscles are getting a little bit more pliable so we can move them and work them. Lifting, now back to the heel dips. Heels down, heels down, heels down, toes are lifted on these ones, okay? Drive that heel into the floor a little bit harder now as you feel those legs working. And then out to the side, 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 side. You push that hand out as you tap to the side. Good, tap, tap, tap. Now push down, down. Okay, back to the knee lift. Knees up. Good. Arms are coming up. Again, stand really tall and straight. Feeling good. Okay, and then just march it out. Okay, we're going to get into our workout now. One of the best ways to just get that heart pumping and to get your body working out is to do push-ups, one of my most favorite moves. So you can either go to a wall, place your hands on the wall, step your feet back, and then go into the chest press push-up. Your elbows come out, your hands are here, they don't go high above the head. So you're going to go to the floor, come down with me, and you're going to take your hands again just outside the chest. Okay, not too low, but we're not going up above, up around the head. So come down, hands just outside. If it's mat width, they're just outside the mat. Okay, you can keep your knees under your hips. This is for more beginner or low impact. Okay, and you're just going to drive the upper body down, and then you push your hands into the floor and drive back up. So we're going to go down and up. It's not a head bob. We are not dropping the head down and lifting the head up. You need to keep your neck in line with your spine like this. Neck is in line with my spine and it comes up in the same form, okay? So what I'd like to talk about is neutral spine and neck is in the same position as if you were standing. You don't stand like this, and we don't drop our head down. We drive the chest towards the floor and we push up. Keeping the neck and the back in the same position as if you were standing, okay? You can also do a harder level push-up, which would be walking your knees back, keeping your toes on the floor, don't lift your toes up like this. This is old school push-ups. We don't do push-ups like that anymore. Your toes are in the floor because that helps your core to stay stabilized. When we lift toes up, the core goes down. You don't have much stabilization through your back. So toes in the floor helps to protect your lower back. So we're gonna go and do 3, 2, and 1, okay? So there's your push-up. So you had several different levels there. You can do them at the wall. You can do them on the floor with your knees under your hips. This is the level 1. Toes are always in the floor. We don't ever lift toes up. And we drive the chest down and we push up. And remember that it is not a head bob. Okay, next move. You're going to grab your resistance band. All you need for this workout is a mat, a resistance band, and a chair. This is a beginner to intermediate workout. Again, if you want to make it harder, just intensify the levels. You can do push-ups on your toes. And then you're going to go to a band sitting seated row. You're going to take the band behind your shoes like this, okay? You're going to straighten out your legs. Your feet are not touching each other, and your back is straight. Lift up. So we're not going to slouch over like this. You're going to lift through the back and the chest. Pull the shoulders back gently. They don't wrench back. Just nice and easy. You're going to take your handles and you're going to keep them apart, one in each hand. Your elbows are bent and you're going to pull the band back by using your back muscles. Okay? Now let's do a few of these. 3, forward, 2, forward, and 1. Okay, we're not done. I just want to point out a couple of things. Now, if that felt hard for you, keep your band like this, apart. Otherwise, if you want a little harder, you're going to cross the handles at the midpoint and grab the opposite handle in your hand. This is going to make it a little bit harder for you. And you're going to do the same thing. You're going to pull and release. Pull, and you're keeping your back very straight. You can even lean back slightly. You can pull, but you're not using your hands. I like to point out one more thing here. If you're pulling with your hand, your wrist is going to bend. I don't know if you can see that, like this, but don't bend your wrist like this. Your wrist should stay straight as you pull back, because you don't want to use your hand to pull the band. You're using your back muscles to pull your arms back. That's going to pull the band back. So we're going to go out and forward, pull and forward. Keep your legs straight. Keep your back straight, and you can lean back slightly. But I want you to feel your shoulder blades squeezing in towards each other, like you're going to squeeze a pencil behind your back, okay? So you want to feel that shoulder blades squeezing in. And you're going to keep pulling for 10, 9, and 8. Chest lifted. 7, and 6, 5, good, and 4, 3, hang in there, 2, and 1. Okay, very good. Now you're going to take your band off your feet, stand up, you can drop the chair, use it for assistance to come up. Next exercise will be lunges. This is for your lower body. Lunges are a really great way to strengthen your glutes, your quads, the front of your legs, and your hip flexors. You don't need your band here, you just need a chair. Option, if you want a harder workout, don't use the chair. This is to help you balance, as we will offset the legs in a lunge position, okay? So grab your chair. And you're going to have it like this, and you're going to have it in front of you. You're going to place one or both hands on it, and then you're going to take your right leg and you're gonna step back. That's where you get off balance, and if you don't have the chair, you may tip over, so be careful. You're gonna have your back heel lifted like this the whole time. As we go through these lunges, I'm gonna explain to you why, okay? So your front foot is just forward of the hip. So I'm at an angle, I'm not straight under my hip. So I'm standing with feet apart, like railroad tracks. My feet are not lined up, okay? I want you to practice a couple here, just nice and easy. You're gonna lower the back knee towards the floor. You have to bend your leg at the knee. And then you're gonna drive up through those muscles. Okay, try it again. Drive the knee towards the floor. You bend the front knee. This knee never protrudes over the toes. So you never go like this. It's not forward and back. It is down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Now keeping the back heel lifted, you do not move that heel down and up. It will put pressure into your knee and it will not work your muscles. Do not drop the heel to the floor in the back. It should stay up the entire time. And we go down and up. So balancing the chair, or holding the chair for balance, option both hands. You're gonna choose your level. We're just gonna take it easy here. Now, my back knee is not touching the floor. It is several inches off the floor. Now, if you find that this is too hard on your legs, just go down 2 inches and come back up. 2 inches. You can do this. 2 inches. Lunges are one of the best leg movements you can do for your body. So we're just moving down and up. Again, you don't have to go down low. It's not about being low. It's just about bending the leg at the knee and pushing back up. Drop and lift. Anytime you need to, step forward, shake your legs out, and then take that same foot back. We're not done with this leg. We got a few more. We're gonna go 10, 9, 8, 7. Remember, it's down and up. 5 and up. 4 and up. 3 and up. 2 and up. 1 and up. Good job. Now, you're going to change your legs. And you're going to take your opposite leg back. Again, you're offset, so you need the chair for balance. If you want a harder workout, you're not going to use the chair. You're going to be forced to use more balance work and more core work if you don't use a chair. So take that option if you'd like, okay? Back heel is lifted. We're going to practice a couple, just nice and easy. Bend your leg at the knee. It's kind of like stretching your leg out first. Stretch it out. And then your leg goes, okay, I'm ready to work. And then we're going to drop straight down and push straight up. Now you may need to adjust your back foot and push it back a little more if this front knee is going too far forward over your toes. 90-degree angles, 1, 2, okay? And you do not move forward and back. It is down, it is up. It is down, it is up. Again, like I said, if you need a break at any point during this set, please just step forward, shake your legs out, and then join back in with the set. Option both hands on the chair if you need more balance work. Lunges work so many parts of our legs. Hip flexors and glutes and lower back and calf muscles. You don't have to go fast, and it doesn't have to be difficult. If you just move through a few of these, you're going to be ready to go. with some strong legs and hip flexors and glutes. Take a break if you need it. Step forward, then step back. We're gonna go 10, 9, and 8, and 7, great job, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, keep the back heel lifted, 2, and 1. That's key. If you set your heel down, if you're going down and then driving the heel back, that's hurting your knee a lot. I don't even like to show that. So, shake your legs out. If your feet feel a little tender during that, they are getting a good stretch and a good workout too during that, okay? And then after the workout, you can put them in some cold water, cool them down a little bit. Okay, our next move is going to be for the upper body and the lower body. We're going to combo 2 moves. You don't need your chair on this one. You just need your resistance band. Okay, so you're going to grab the band, and then you're going to place it under both of your feet. So step on the band. The feet are under your hip bones. So your hip bones go here, right in the middle of your leg. So your feet are just below the hips. That means that I don't want your feet touching together, nor do I want you to stand like this. You need to be with your feet underneath your hips. Take your handles, cross the handles, grab the opposite handle. So now you have an X in the band. Hands are on your hips. Then I'm going to turn to the side view so you can see the move. You can't see it very well here. So side view, you're going to sit the hips back in a little squat. It doesn't have to be a big squat. Please do not push the knees forward like this. This is not a squat. This is not a squat. This is a squat. And don't drop the chest. That is not a squat. Chest lifted. It doesn't have to be big movements. Just has to be a movement. Sit back. Okay? So that's going to be your move. And you're going to take your arms straight down your hips now. You're going to sit your hips back. Your hands go towards your knees. And then you're going to drive your hands up to your chest. Please don't go any higher than here. Please don't drive your hands even up to here. That's just too high. It's not necessary to go very high, and you could hurt the shoulders. So, here we go. Hips go back, hands go towards the knees. Drive up through your shoulders. Your shoulders are pulling the handles up, not your hands. Again, don't go like this with your hands, no bent wrists, okay? Ready? Here we go. Down and pull. We're going to be here for a little longer than you want to be. Really focusing on this move. Stop the hands right above your belly button. Now you're using your shoulders and your upper back to pull the band up. Don't use your hands. Your wrists should be staying straight. Now remember your squat. You're still sitting your hips back and you're pulling the band to the belly button. It doesn't have to be big movements. It just needs to be a movement. And remember your knees. You're not pushing your knees forward like this. That doesn't do anything for your glutes. You need to work the glutes here. It helps protect your back. Drop the hands to the knees with the chest lifted. And try not to do this with your head. You don't look up. That's not a neutral neck. Neutral neck is the way that you would hold your neck is if you were standing. You don't stand straight up and then look up. You want to make sure you're focused here. Just keep going. Just keep going. You're good. We've got a lot of these. It's a combination move with upper and lower body with some core work in there too. You can really get that core in, if you're focused. Make sure you're not using your hands to pull the band up. Your hands are holding the band so you can work your shoulders and your back. Right? Feel that. Good. We're still moving. We're still grooving. Brace your tummy really tight and breathe. Don't forget to breathe. You're not going to hold your breath here. We're going to sit our hips back. We're going to drive up through the shoulders. Sit our hips back. Pull up through the shoulders. Down and lift. Hips back. Arms up. Hips back. Arms up. Drop and squeeze. Drop and squeeze. Down and lift. You have 10, 9, 8, 7, and 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. All right, you're gonna grab your mat, and we're gonna come down to the floor. Make sure I got my purple side of my mat on. Green's super bright. Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and lie on one of your sides. We'll work both. Don't worry about which side it is right now. It can be your right or your left. Okay? You're gonna come down onto your side. Your chest faces the front. You're gonna have your elbow underneath your shoulder. So elbows underneath the shoulder, right here, lined up. So you don't wanna have your elbow out here. That's kind of what I talk about when I say lined up, okay? So you're lined up here, and you're gonna have your legs bent with your knees forward, and you're gonna open up the legs like this, feet touch. And then you're going to simply close the leg. You're going to open and shut. It's like a clown shell, okay? So we're going to lift and lower, and lift and lower. Now if your arm, this is working the arm too. Squeeze, and don't just open the leg. Squeeze the inner thigh and close. Squeeze, squeeze. It's wrapping around all the way around to the glutes, working those outer glutes and your hips. So we're going to be here for a little while. You're lifting the chest up, away from the floor. Now if you start to get tired in your arm, just take a little sit up, stretch, and then come back down, because we want to do some more. Squeeze all the way around to the glute muscle. Out, out, and squeezing all the way. Feel it wrap around as you open up the leg. Wrap around and wrap around. You should be moving the leg because you are rotating your hip joint. Don't pull from the knee. We don't do this with moving the knee joint. This is a hip joint only move, and your feet stay touching. We're going to keep moving here. Again, if you need another break on your arm, you're going to simply come up, stretch, and then come back down. Let's keep going. Lift, and squeeze. You can even put one of those mini bands around your legs and have it set up here on your legs, and then you can pull against that resistance band, which would be just fine. I'm just giving an option here because even if you don't have a band, this is still going to work you really good, okay? Let's go. Up, and we're rotating that hip joint open, opening that hip joint and closing it, and wrapping and working all the way back into the glute muscles. That's your butt muscles. They do serve a purpose, actually, a really important one. They help to keep us standing up tall and straight, and they help to protect your spine. So it's really important that you actually use the glute muscles, and we're gonna go for 9 and 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And then we have another side to do. So just give me a little stretch here. Reach toward the legs. You don't have to touch your feet, just reach. Reach one side, reach the other side, and then come over to the other arm. Make sure to set up correctly. Your elbow is underneath the shoulder, so these are lined up. We always want to line joints up no matter what we're doing. Even when we're standing, we need to stand with all of our joints lined up. So we are here, and your feet are touching there, and then your knees are bent forward towards the front, okay? And then you're gonna simply up, open, and again, don't just go through the motions. You gotta feel the muscles, pull the leg open, and wrap around all the way into the glutes. Wrap around and wrap around. If your arm gets tired, if your shoulder gets tired, go ahead and sit up and take a little break. You can use your both hands to come up and take a little break, reach to the side, and then come down again. Extend the legs out a little bit more. Find a good position for those legs to be in, not too close, not too far away. Feel the wraparound. Pull into that back glute. Pull and pull. We're not using momentum here. You want to feel this outer leg pull and wrap around into the glute. They're all connected. Lift. We're going to be here a lot longer than you like. It's going to really work you good. Up. We're going to find that work. We're going to be stronger, more agile, more flexibility, less chance for injuries or pain. You need to work those muscles, keep them strong. If you need a break, come up, take a little stretch. Start to get tired on the shoulder, need stretches, and I haven't suggested it. You take one. Don't try to push through any pain or discomfort. Let's go for 15 more. 15 and 14, chest is lifted, and 13, 12, 11, 10, use those muscles, come on, 9, 8, 7, and 6, 5, and 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Nice. Okay. Face the mat. We're going to sit back into a stretch here. Stretch, you're going to sit your hips back towards your heels. Reach your hands forward. Drop your forehead towards the mat. Get a little stretch in here. Stretch it out. Inhale and exhale. Breathe deep. And then you're going to round your back. This will stretch your spine. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Stretching is as necessary as working the muscles. Stretching and working. Come back down. Come back down. Reach your hands forward. Stretch. Feel the stretch. If it feels uncomfortable, then you should be stretching more every day. Come up, round the back, pull through the spine, and then roll in and roll up. Arms up. Inhale up. Exhale down. Okay, now we're going to go on to some more focus on core work. So use your mat or your chair to get yourself to come up. Okay? So this one we don't need the mat for a minute. We just need a band. So you're going to put your mat to the side, and then you can grab your band. I think we're pretty much done with chair work. So On this exercise, you're going to take your right foot and you're going to step on the middle of the band. Put it down on the floor. Then you're going to step your feet wide, just a little wide. They don't have to be super wide, not uncomfortable, okay? Nothing is uncomfortable here. Then you're going to drop the band that's on the inside of the leg. So you drop this one that's on the inside. On the outside, you need to have your right hand on the handle. And then you're going to make sure that your band is secure under your foot and it's not going to come out from underneath your foot. So you need to make sure that you're really putting pressure on the band, okay? Now, the next thing is you're going to take the band and you're going to grab the sides of the band. Don't grab the handle. Grab the sides, one with each hand. Arms are straight. And you're going to cross pull to the other side. And don't go higher than the shoulder. So, unless you can, that's okay. You can go a little bit higher than the shoulder, but it's not okay to go out of your range of motion. So don't push your range of motion. We want to push our range of motion just a little bit. You're just crossing the arms across the body. So I don't want you to twist and turn your torso. I want you to keep your torso front. I want your arms to cross the body. Now, if your arms only go here, this is perfectly fine. This is a beginner to intermediate workout. These kind of moves will help you to be able to do more later on. This is where you start, here. Now, if you can handle a little bit higher, this is fine. It's very important that you move within your range of motion where your body allows you to move. Bigger movements require more flexibility and more strength. So you gotta be really careful. 3, 2, and 1. And then you're going to change sides. So you're going to take your left foot in the middle of the band. Feet a little wide, not super wide. Again, nothing uncomfortable. Drop the middle inside band. Take the outside band. One hand on either side of the handle. Don't grab the top of the handle. And then your arms go straight. You need to pull up from the shoulder. We're working the core by doing an anti-rotation. So we're not allowing the torso to twist. That's creating a resistance, trying to keep your torso here rather than twisting it to the side. Okay, arms straight. So we pull the arms across, not turning the torso. If you find your arms want to bend, you've gone too high. Stay a little lower because your arms staying straight is going to help to grab your abs and work them here. We're also working shoulder muscle and a little bit of your upper back. So we're just moving our arms out and across the body, lifting through the shoulder and the back, okay? Squeeze your glutes and brace your abs really tight. We've got a few more. Let's go for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Okay, now we're gonna go to some shoulder taps. So just like we did with the push-ups, you can do this at a wall because you're going to be doing a plank. Tap the shoulder, tap the shoulder. Hands are right below your shoulders or at the shoulder line if you're at the wall. So if you're at the wall, just your hands are on the wall and you're going to take a step back with your feet like a plank. Don't stick your booty back, just kind of tip forward, and then you're going to tap the opposite shoulder. That's going to require you to turn your core on so your body doesn't twist again in this position, okay? So grab a mat or go to a wall. Going to the mat is going to be harder, so choose your level correctly. So you're going to be on the floor in what we call a plank position. Your knees go back, your toes are in the floor. Just like we talked about earlier, don't lift your toes up. It stabilizes your core and your back. when your toes are in the floor. Hands under shoulders. You can go to a wall, or you can walk your knees under your hips. This is less pressure on your shoulders. You're going to tap the opposite shoulder without turning your hips like this. So if I was to reach up and my hip turns, because I'm trying to make it easier on myself by tapping and lifting. So you want to tap and tap. This is going to get some core work in, as well as some upper body strength. Option, if you want a harder level, walk your knees back further behind you with your toes in the floor and tap the opposite shoulder without turning the hips like this. Okay, you shouldn't be rotating. You should be having a really still lower body as you tap the shoulders. When you reach a hand up, your hips want to twist. That's your body trying to make this move easier on itself. It is not a very easy move. If this is too much for you, go to a wall. That is where you start. And yes, you can do it at a wall. You can do it. Don't think that you can't do this move. The wall is fine and it's doable for every level. Every level. Don't let your hips move. You gotta squeeze your glutes. Your other level is to pull your knees under your hips. If you're not at a wall, this is fine. This is less pressure on your wrists. And also, if you feel like some of them exercises hurt your wrist, over time, during the move, your wrists will get more used to it and stronger. So wrists are also able to get stronger by doing more movements while pressing into the wrist. If you haven't ever done anything like this and your wrists are hurting, you've got to build up that resistance. It's just like anything. It's strength building. And even then, I feel it a little bit, but it's not doable, okay? So that's your shoulder tap. And now we're gonna lie down on our back and we're gonna work the back of the body. So you're gonna come down like this onto your full back. And then you're going to lift the hips up. Now, level 1, if you are just beginning and you have never done this before, all you're going to do is go down with your hips all the way to the floor and then squeeze all the way up as high as you can. Again, don't overdo it. I'm not saying that you need to thrust the hips up way up. It's very important that you lift and squeeze and stop where your natural stopping point feels. And then you're going to go up. And then if you want to move to level 2, if you're ready for level 2 and you've been doing glute raises, glute bridges throughout the last few months, I'm going to give you an option here. What you're going to do is you're going to come up, balance, lift your right leg up, and then down, and then lower down. We're going to do that again, but the left side. Lift your hips up, lift the left leg, lower the left leg down, lower the glutes down. So this is just a progression move of the glute bridge. You lift the hips, you stabilize, you lift the leg, and you lower the leg, and you lower the hips. Lift, stabilize, lift, drop, down. So we're alternating the legs. So you're lifting, stabilizing, lifting, and lowering, and lowering. Lift, stabilize, up, down, and down. Lift, up, down, down. Lift, stabilize, one leg up and down and down. So this is the progression move of a glute bridge. This is adding on another level to the same exercise. Again, if that is not for you, you should be doing these, just a glute bridge up and down. It's very important to listen to your body. A couple more of the leg raise. Stabilize, lift. One more on the other side. Stabilize, lift. Such good exercises for the whole body here. Grab behind your legs, roll yourself up, and then we're gonna face the mat on this one. This is gonna be your last exercise, and we'll stretch. So your hands are flat on the floor, underneath your shoulders. I'm gonna move forward slightly so that I can do this move. You can still see me. Take your right leg back behind you straight. Your toe is on the floor. I'm gonna simply lift my right leg across my left leg. I'm gonna tap the floor with my right toe, and I'm gonna bring my right leg back. Shift your weight forward. As you do these, don't shift your weight back. Shift forward, over, and tap. This is all it is. You gotta squeeze those glutes to lift the leg up and over. It's like a rainbow. It's like a rainbow, up and over. And 10, and 9, and 8. Keep your legs straight. And 7, and 6, and 5. Squeeze those glutes. And 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good. And then you're gonna change sides. I'm gonna move my mat just a little bit here. So now, hands under shoulders. We moved the right leg last time, so now we're gonna move the left leg. Make sure your hands are under your shoulders. Your hands don't go out here. And if your wrists are hurting, roll them out like this. Roll, roll, roll. Now come up. Left leg back. Straight left leg. You cross the right and tap, and then you come back to the left side. You cross the right, tap, and you come back to the left. Let's go. Over and over, like a rainbow. Up and over, up and over. Squeezing through the glutes, squeezing through those hips and the lower back. If you need a break, all you need to do is sit back and roll your wrists out. We've done a lot of things down, so if your wrists are tired, take a break. Crossing, crossing, and we're gonna go 10 and 9, squeeze those legs, and 8, come on, yes you can, 7, if you take a break, only count to 3, 2, and 1 more, and stop. Good job. Sit back into a child's pose. Reach your hands forward. Breathe deep. Inhale and exhale out. Roll up. Round the back and come up. All right, turn and face the front. So you're gonna take your right foot forward, and we're gonna just push into the hip flexor here, stretching out the legs. And then step back, bring the other leg forward, shift the hip flexor forward, stretching out those legs. And up. Reach one arm over to the side. Find that side stretch. Now, if that workout wasn't long enough for you, just go back through it all again, one more time or 2 more times. And to the other side. So you can always do it twice through. That'll give you a really good workout. Just hit play again. And release. Take your hands back behind you. You want to reset your posture for the rest of the day, standing tall. This is how we walk. Shoulders in line with the hip, in line with the knee, in line with the ankle. So think about your posture as you go throughout your day. Good posture, strong muscles, arms up, inhale, big exhale out, and back up. We're not going to tip forward on this next one. You're just going to bring your arms down to your sides, and then shake, 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 shake. Move your shoulders, feel the relaxation. Thank you for joining me today. I really look forward to hearing your comments, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.